What is up, everyone? Rob the Vapor here. I almost forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, this is a I have no internet vlog. So I'm bored. GTA 5 doesn't work without an internet connection. So here I am, chilling. And yeah, I wanted to do a vlog anyway, so this is quite handy on things that are coming up video wise, and also if I can jog my memory, we will see if we have any vaping news, because I have no internet on either my phone or my computer. We will see. I think there's been an EMP let off in Wexford. So we are at the minute in the process of reviewing both the HB Mini, which is this mod, and the Lemo 2, which is this RTA sitting on top. And so far so good with both. Both have little issues that kind of annoy me, but aren't really major. HB Mini has a self-adjusting 510 pin, so you have to, use a screwdriver to adjust it for every active that you use. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass. Minor pain, nothing major. It's just something to think about. And the Lemo 2, I rebuilt it yesterday for the first time, and I was a bit disappointed with how annoying it is to build on, simply because you have to, the legs are bent. Let me see if I have the coil, which I think I actually do. Yes, I do. This is the coil. Don't know if you guys can see it, but it's sort of like a, yeah, oh, there we go, autofocus worked today. So it's sort of like a clothes peg, almost, coil. So that's what you guys in the States call them. I know we call them clothes pegs. So you have to sort of use it like in a closed peg setup. It's not focusing now. Which, is kind of a pain in the ass, really, actually getting it into the RTA like that, because you have to sort of size it up before you put it in. And then you have to, I had to use the tweezers and yank the canthal through the other side of the hole to sort of, make it sturdy without getting hot legs and stuff like that. So, minor complaint though, because when the Lemo 2 works, it's awesome. So let's give it a little whirl here. I just want to get this juice. There's definitely lung hit capability there. I think it's, I actually think an Atlantis or a sub-tank is a bit more open. I'll have to go back and check, but I'm fairly sure that the Atlantis and sub-tank are a bit more open on the airflow. But it's good. It allows for a restricted lung hit, so it's not too bad in that regard. You know what I mean? And good vapor. And then the other thing that we have for review is the Mad Hatter RDA, which I'm really liking. Apparently it's very similar to a freak show, which I've never had a freak show. And I'm fairly sure that the main differentiation, is that even a word, differentiation? Probably. Is the top cap is a flip top, so really handy to drip into. Do we have liquid in there? We do. It's looking a bit dry, so I'll give you guys a whirl of this. I've only got it on the HB Mini. My big mod is out of batteries, so we will use the HB Mini here first. And I've heard people, complaining about the way that you wick this or fill it, because the coil sits over the airflow. The airflow is the bottom airflow, so it comes in and then up. I'll show you guys in the review. But I found it really easy to wick, because it's got deep wells, so you just drag the cotton down into the wells, and happy days, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, etc, etc. So it's not really, I never found it a problem. As a matter of fact, I found it quite innovative. I can't even talk today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's see if this is gonna. Oh yeah, there we go. We didn't have to adjust it. Okay, so let's crack this up to 30 watts, which is about the most we can get out of it. And there we go. We're good. Okay, so let's give this a whirl. Just want to prime it a little bit first. And then let's go for the big kahuna. Fuck. There's a lot of vapor. As you can see, Rob the Vapor doesn't like doing long hits. So if I cough, it means it's good. Oh, fuck. So yeah, I generally don't like... I just find these... For a few reasons, I find big long hits annoying. One is personally because I don't really do it that often, so I cough. Two is that it just destroys a room. Like, immediately a room just gets vaped out of it. Three, it's quite antisocial. If you call around to someone and you're blowing fucking clouds like that, they're just going to be like, what are you doing? So there's numerous reasons why I don't like... And plus, when you're out and about, you don't want to be getting these looks of like, what the fuck? You know. So I like Lemos and K-Funs and all that stuff. Let's try it again. This time I'll try not to choke. I don't even have a drink. I've got this at 0.2 ohms. And she's a chucking. She is a chucking. We've got big coils in there. So once I actually warm up and do a few long hits, I'm fine for the coughing. But yeah, I review RTAs or RDAs because I know when one is good. And I think I have a unique perspective in that I don't usually use them. So if any of you guys watching are like me and you like RTAs and stuff like that, and like a more restricted airflow, then I can sort of point you towards what RDAs you guys actually like. You know what I mean? So, for example, I really like the Mad Hatter because it does have a slightly more restrictive airflow than other RDAs. It's not like wide open. So I do like the Mad Hatter quite a bit. My next build, I'll probably build it a lot higher. I might even build it like 0.8 ohms or something like that, dual coil. Oh yeah, and the other thing about the Lemo too that I don't like is like, you have to use thick Canthal really to get like a good performing hit. And of course I bought the wrong Canthal again as usual because I get my wire gauges mixed up and I buy Canthal and it's like too thin. But the Canthal they provided is really good and it's really solid, so like I'm using that. So happy days on that front. The other little small annoying gripe about the Mad Hatter is that it's a bit of a pain to get actually off your mod. So that's another minor problem. The top fill works great on the Lemo, so happy days there. No leaks so far, no dry hits so far. Well, actually, I did get like a half a dry hit sort of after some chain vaping. But as far as I'm concerned, the Lemo 2 is one of the best RTAs on the market. Of course, there is 2 or 3 different looks that you're going to get when you want an RTA. One is performance, reliability. And for that, I'd probably go with the K-Fun. Even though the spring in the K-Fun can lead to problems further down the line, it performs so well when it works that I would recommend the K-Fun 4 still over any RTA if you are going for reliability, solid, something to just take out, you know, that has decent vapor production. The Lemo 2 has probably more vapor, better airflow, but you can't access the build deck when it's full. So with the K-Fun you can do that. And then if you want to look at like say an Orchid for dual coil, Orchid is quite restricted. The Cthulhu, Goblin, Goliath, RTAs all are better in my opinion from what I've seen. So the Orchid is sort of getting left in the dirt really because the Orchid sort of sits in the middle. The Orchid is like a dual coil with decent vapor production but quite small airflow holes. So it's not really going to be, I don't think, on people's shopping lists for much longer. I think the Orchid is going to be on its way out, except for the odd person buying it on Fast Tech or whatever. So that's enough yapping about RDAs and RTAs. Next we're going to talk about DIY and the DIY video that I'm going to be doing. So I'm trying to come up with a recipe for you guys that is good. Now what I might do is use a recipe from e-liquid-recipes.com, which is the website I use. It was made by a friend of mine, Dat, and he like that website basically is what we will be using and covering in bulk because I'll actually film the screen when we're doing that, you know, I'll screen capture and provide narration because you do most of your work there on that site when you're making the liquid. It's basically a calculator which automatically tells you what you need to do from the stuff that you have. So in my case, I have a 50-50 nicotine base at 56 milligrams, and also one at 36 milligrams. So once you put that in, it will tell you then how much PG and VG to add on top of that to get your desired nicotine volume. So that's what we will be doing, and then we'll come up with a nice flavour from that. I would say we'll go with some sort of banana and maybe a coconut, because I liked the sort of tropical vape. But I've been toying around with different liquids. I want to make a good tobacco. Failed miserably so far. I want to make nice flavoured liquids, and I'm still trying. So it takes a while to perfect. Like my banana and coconut recipe, because it's so simple, is really easy and nice. But then there are certain when you add like 3, 4, 5, 6 different flavours, then that's when it starts getting complicated. And I also do recommend using a single flavour first, and then once you get the single flavour right, then or at least to your liking, then you can start building on the flavour base. So yeah, that's basically that. And then as far as what I'm actually vaping on, I am vaping a lot of DIY stuff. Big shouts out to John Damon from eliquidrecipes.com. I helped him out with some DIY stuff, like building coils and whatnot. And he sent me some cool liquids, so if I could find them. He did ask for a review. I can't remember which ones he wanted reviewed, but I think I've tried them all enough to actually talk about them now. And some of these are my DIY. This is one of mine, I think. What's this? That's banana and coconut. That's delicious. That one right there. So it's turning kind of yellowy pink. Okay, so banana custard was one from John. And so I liked this. For me, and I'll do a more in-depth DIY tasting next time. But for me, I think it's Capella, the diketone free version of Capella isn't good. It gives me this nutty aftertaste, but I love the banana, and I would like to try this with Capella version 1. Diketones for life. No, but I will be using the diketone version myself, and I do have some banana flavouring, so I'm going to toy around with different flavours and stuff like that. But banana custard was good. I just don't like the Capella diketone free version, which is version 2, which sounds bad. And I'm sure if you use the diketone free version, there's probably ways to round out the flavour more with other flavours to give it that more authentic flavour. But yeah, for me, the diketone free version of Capella is not good. So that's not personal, that's just, the flavouring that you're using. There's nothing really you can do about it. So this is Snake Blood, I believe, SB. And your Snake Blood, dude, is awesome. I don't know if you're cloning it, but Snake Blood for me has been an all-day vape. I really dig it. It's been one that I've been vaping on pretty religiously. I actually have it in this tank. And it is tasty treats. That's definitely, the Tiger Blood is definitely an all-day vape for me. And the Snake Blood, wait, is this, no, Snake Blood is not all-day vape. The Tiger Blood is good, but I'm going to let it steep a little bit more and come back to it on my opinion, because we'll cover these in a few different ones, John. I want to revisit them, because right now I'm just sort of doing it impromptu, but I really do love Snake Blood. I keep getting mixed up, Tiger Blood or Snake Blood. And then there was a little 10ml which I can't find, guys. You're never going to see my desk in a vlog, because it is fucking disgraceful. Here we are. Oh yes. So this is the pear peach, or peach, sorry. Right, let's tell you what. Let's try this out now. We've got time to kill. I've got no stupid internet, so I'm sitting here like a fool. So let's just try it out now. Let's try it out in the dripper. We'll do this live. But yeah, if you guys have any DIY, or if you make liquids you want to send them to try, I'm down to try them. provided you don't poison me, because I don't want to be poisoned. You know, I'm down to do little reviews of DIY stuff. I would prefer if it was an original recipe. That'd be pretty cool, because I'd like to try them. Eventually, with the channel, you know, I'm talking months and months and months down the line. Or this is not something that's going to happen soon. But I would like to launch a juice line once I sort of perfect it, which I believe I can. I would like to do a juice line. Okay, I just want to get rid of whatever's in here. Chuck and Vapor. I'd love to do a rip video someday. I have an idea for next April Fools that I'd really love to be able to pull off. So we'll see. We'll see if we can do that. Yeah, it's going to be good. Sorry that I went into my head and I was laughing about next April Fools, because the April Fools joke actually did well. I had a lot of people saying to me, dude, I nearly unsubscribed to your channel. And if you haven't catched it, you should definitely check it out. I reviewed a 20 box of Benson and Hedges cigarettes, and it went down pretty well. I think it's actually my most liked video, which goes to show you that it's probably a bad thing that my most liked video is a box of cigarettes on a vaping channel. So there you go. Kind of symbolises the struggle that we have, right? So let's try this peach out. I do like that actually. The peach is definitely at the forefront. Let me go again. I do like that. I'm trying to. I think there's some other fruit in there. Maybe it is pear. I don't know. There's definitely something in there. Something else, but I do like it. So it's a winner. I'm gonna sit on it a little while and test it more, as opposed to doing it in a video. Maybe it's a mixture of what's already in there. It's hard to say. So we'll just blast it a bit more here. And that also leads me to another thing I was wanting to talk about. Is like on Reddit, I see a lot of people giving up vaping, and they'll make a post on the ECR subreddit, and they're like, you know, I'm done now, so bye bye to this sub. Which in a way, I don't know, upset's probably the wrong word, but makes me like sad or something. I don't know, because I'm not going to stop vaping, I don't think. Because I enjoy it. I'm one of those people, and I'm sure some of you guys out there can empathise with me. I'm one of those people that like, I definitely use vaping as a crutch. So like, you know, if I didn't have vaping, I'd be the first to admit that I'd probably go back to smoking cigarettes rapidly. When I initially gave up smoking, I managed to give up first for 3 months. But that was basically because I just isolated myself. You know, I didn't go to nightclubs, I didn't go drinking. So it was quite easy for me to give up. And, you know, I still had cravings. And then I didn't start smoking again until I started socialising, going out, all that stuff. And then bam, smoking within, you know, 2 nights. So with me and vaping, it's one of those things that I know that, like, if I was to give up, I don't have willpower. I'm terrible with willpower. I'll be the first to admit it. So yeah, if I was to give up now, vaping, I think I would immediately go back to smoking. So I'm not quite there yet, but I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm being candid, because I think honesty is always the best policy. You know your enemy. So, you know, vaping for me is definitely something that I won't be giving up. Now maybe I might try out the 0 milligram nicotine for 0 milligram in my liquids, just like no fucking nicotine whatsoever, and see how I go. But yeah, for now I think I need nicotine. I'd actually love to be able to drip 18 milligram, but I can't. So, because nicotine is a stimulant, you know, nicotine is a very good stimulant, So nicotine on its own, without all the tar and the carcinogens and stuff, isn't as bad. It still raises your blood pressure, stuff like that, but so does like coffee, so it'll be interesting, once we get like 20 years down the line with vaping and people who vaped for 20 years, and we're able to actually see how it affects them. Because now we know that, smoking cigarettes increases the likelihood of cancer, heart disease, blah, 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 blah. Stomach problems, circulation problems, pretty much absolutely everything. But it will be interesting once we have like hardcore vapors 20 years down the line, like Rip trippers. Could you imagine, say, Rip or Grim Green or indoor smokers or any of those guys 20 years down the line? We'll see. We don't know yet. So it'll be interesting to see that in the future. And shit balls, my RDA is leaking. Fuck. Christ. I was wondering what that VG sensation on my hand was. Fuck it anyway. See, now, the reason that that's leaking is because I dripped it wrong, and I knew I did it when I did it. Well done on the peach, John. Very nice peach. So I have to give you a shout out to that. A shout out to all my new subscribers, by the way, as well. It's been awesome. So yeah, I'm enjoying growing the way I'm growing. As a small vaping YouTuber, and I'll be honest with you guys here, it's so common misconceptions about YouTube. People put videos on YouTube to get watched, okay? With the rare exception of maybe people who put up like private family videos and they set them to private. They want, their family to watch. They'll send out a link or whatever. Generally speaking, when you put a video on YouTube, you want viewers. So I want an audience. This is why I put out videos. So if I was to buy a, say, Sigeli 100 watt, okay, and I did a review on the Sigeli 100 watt, no one's going to watch it, because the way it works in vaping YouTube is you need to get products that no one else has yet, and you need to be the first guy with them, because then you get put up ahead of other people on the videos. So for example, my HB Mini review, which is doing way better than other videos, because not many people have done videos on it yet. So, when you're spending your own money and you're trying to get products that no one else has covered, you have to, you take risks, you take big risks, you're putting your neck on the line. For example, my Tesla 120 watt. In a way, it was beneficial. It's like one of my most viewed videos, but the thing was dodgy, you know what I mean? So it's a dodgy mod. And that was like €80, €85. So, you do take risks in this game, because, sub-tank reviews aren't going to do me anything. Nautilus reviews aren't going to do me anything. MVP reviews aren't going to do me iStick unless I get them first. So, it's a game that you play when you start. But eventually, once we're set up enough, we get like 1,000, 2,000 subs. We have a good audience. I've already got a great audience, but once I get more regulars, then I'll cover whatever. It makes no odds to me. If you guys would like to see my perspective on a certain product, then by all means tell me, and I will get it. But in the beginning, initially, you have to sort of go out to the left a little bit and sort of try and pick and snipe little things that you might get before other people, and sort of go, yeah, I'll have that. Just because you want to get yourself out there, I want to get myself out there. I believe that my viewers are the best. My commenters are the best. And once we get to a point then where we have a bigger audience, then that's more fun for everyone, right? So that's how it's going to work. Because Rip, Indoor Smokers, Grim Green, all those guys are the OGs, People's Hardo. These guys have been in it since the beginning, so those guys by default have the upper hand, So for me to get an audience, I have to work hard, make good videos, get products that no one else has got, and talk some shit, yeah? And hopefully that reflects good. Which is why I've got a Halo e-liquid review coming up soon. And once I get Halo, and I have Evo liquids as well coming up, I've got a lot of fucking liquids to review. Once I get those done, I might consider stopping e-liquid reviews for a while. I can see why it would become, unless it's something particularly special. more so dripper oriented stuff as well. Halo PG, 2 PG, Evo 2 PG, Molin was 2 PG, and PG fucks me up, man. To be honest with you, too much PG just wrecks my tongue, makes me feel all weird and shit. So I prefer high VG. So I can't really do too many high PG e-liquid reviews. So dripper stuff I'm all good with, high VG, max VG, by all means, bring it my way, but I can't do too much more PG. We might do another giveaway at 500 subs, which is coming up really soon. And that's also when I get my YouTube channel URL as well, so it's easier to share. And because the last one was really successful, even though the guy who won never got back to me. So that's a pity. But I forwarded it on to another guy who needs it. Well, I'm forwarding it on tomorrow. So, yeah. That's been it, really, guys. That's about all I can think of. There's no news that I can think of in my head, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. So it was all me today. But I hope you guys have watched to the end. If you have, then you'll get a gold star. I've been Rob the Vapor, Haters Catch the Vapors. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I will be back this week. HB Mini review, full review, Mad Hatter review, Lemo 2 review. We've got all the hardware. Halo Liquids review. Reviews up the wazoo. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace.